Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Femke
and I'm Esmay,
and we are here with our September overly ambitious TBR. As I mentioned, at least in my case, my TBR is kind of ambitious because
Did you just say kind of?
let's pretend I don't have a problem here.
Okay.
I'll be going on holiday for a week, in like a week, and I don't think I'll be reading a lot, but we'll see. The first book that I want to read is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis, which is the first book, I think chronologically. I don't think this is actually the first published book, but this is like chronologically the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia. I'm really curious to see whether I'll like it. I mean, I watched only one of the movies and I really did like that, so I'm curious to see how much more information and everything we'll be getting in these books because they're really small.
First book that I want to read this month is actually a trilogy. I'm gonna go through mine fast like daydreams, but that's okay because they're all series, most of them. The first book that I want to read is because of a movie. Yes, I can hear you thinking. It's also contemporary, so you might want to know what's happening to Esmay. But I have...
You're slightly warm.
Yeah. But the book that I want to read is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. The second one, P.S. I Still Love You. And the third one, which is called Always and Forever. Because I've watched the movie of the first book and completely fell in love with it. So I now want to read the books and I plan to do that this month.
The next book that I want to read is the Assassin's Creed movie tie-in. Contrary to what everyone else thought of the movie, I didn't actually hate it. I mean, I didn't love it, but I thought it was okay. So I'm really curious to see whether this movie adaptation, book adaptation thing will be able to provide more information and thoughts and maybe hidden intent and everything. Because I did think that was kind of hard to follow in the movie.
The next book that I want to read, I'm not sure yet if it's going to be just this book or the others as well, depending on how much time I have. That is Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. Well, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but you know what I mean. And I am so excited to dive into my favorite once again. And yeah, I'm just happy. I've read the first 3 books last month and I just love rereading these. It makes me so nostalgic in a very good way. So yes, this one.
The next book that I want to read is kind of a collection of short stories, and that is Lips Touch by Laini Taylor, with illustrations by Jim DiBertolo. I've had this in my collection for a few years now, I think. Did I get this in England? You remember that?
I think so. Did you?
In that case, I've had this for like 2.5 years now. It's been with me for at least 2.5 years, so me being the huge Laini Taylor fan that I am, it's kind of a shame that I haven't read this yet, but things are going to change and I'm going to read this.
Nina! The next book that I'm reading this month is Bright Burns the Night, and that is actually the second book in the Dark Breaks the Dawn duology. That was a mouthful, but it went okay. And
you managed. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I do have to say I was not a big fan of this one, of the first one, but I still want to read the second one to wrap the duology, like wrap it up and move on. I don't
see
think
how it ends.
Yeah, I don't think I'll love it, but I might still enjoy it.
The next book that I just plan on finishing, because I've technically already started this, is actually the book you challenged me to read in June, which is like 4 months late, but hey. And that is Reflection by Elizabeth Lim. This is a Mulan no, it's not really a retelling, it's like a continuation of Mulan, but with a different ending, basically. So far, I like this. I mean, I'm about a quarter in right now. I like it so far, and I'm really curious to see where it will go, and I'm sorry, but I just didn't have time to read it.
I forgive you for now.
Sorry.
The next book that I will be reading is actually one that I'm very, very excited for because it is an ARC that I was kindly sent. It is the first actual physical ARC that I've ever received, which makes me very happy, and it is called Even Fall, and it is supposed to be out in October of 2018. If you want to know what this book is about, I say go to Goodreads because I suck at giving you a synopsis. So yeah, I'm sorry for no synopsis, but can we just admire how beautiful it is? And I'm very excited to read it.
The next book that I want to read is actually another one that I've been reading since like June, because I didn't have time. They're actually kind of two books, and they've already been on my TBR, and those are Caraval and Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I'm currently about halfway through Caraval, and I just wanted to reread this before I started Legendary, which came out in May of this year. I really loved Caraval the first time, and I noticed I'm really being sucked back into the world, so I'm really excited to see what the next book is about. I mean, I know it's about Donatella, and I know Dante's in there.
And you know that Esmay loves it.
And I know that Esmay loves it, which should, like, 99% also kind of make sure that I love it, so...
Or at least enjoy it. Yeah.
We'll see.
The next book that I want to read this month is actually coming
So
out.
do I.
We're both reading it, well, intending to read it this month, and that is the continuation of these two. You hold one, I hold one, and that is Escaping from Houdini, and I am so excited to finally be able to get into this book again, and they're just so good, and I am so in love with the characters, I'm so in love with the world. Thomas is amazing. Oh, and I'm so excited for this book. I'm so excited because I really love the idea of Houdini as well.
We've been hyping about this book for like 3 months, and like a week ago I was like, Esmay, it's coming out in 2 weeks! So it's like almost there!
Yeah, so I'm very excited. We're very excited, and it should be amazing. I know it will.
If you haven't read them, read them.
Read them now.
Do it. Do it. You know you want to.
You know you want to.
Do it! The next book that I want to read has also been on my TBR before, and that is Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir, which is the third book in the Ember Quartet, I think it's called. I've been wanting to read this for quite some time, but I just didn't really dare to read it because I'm scared my feelings will get hurt.
Your feelings will get hurt.
I know my feelings will get hurt, so I haven't read it yet, but
broke my heart.
Some people are pestering me to read it.
Basically, it's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me.
And your other personality, but hey.
Yeah.
We don't talk about her.
No.
But yeah, I really loved the first 2 books, and I really want to see where this one goes, and just hope it doesn't, rip out my heart and trample it, but it will. I'm kind of scared that it will.
It will.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence.
You're welcome. The next book that I want to read, which is also the semi-last book because I am ambitious but not overly ambitious, that is These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rush. I've read her other series, Snow Like Ashes, is it called, I think? I read that a while ago, I think somewhere last year or the year before even, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to see what this one is about. I've heard mixed things, however. I've heard people say that it was really good, but also people say that it was not too great. So I'm curious to see, because I remember loving the first book, really not feeling too great about the second book, and the third book was just really good again. So I'm excited to see what this is all about.
The next 2 books that I want to read is The Queens of Fangirn and Two Dark Reigns, which I don't have yet because it only just came out. These are this is a companion novel and the third book in the Three Dark Crowns series, kind of. I like the second book more than I liked the first one. Didn't really love it. I mean, I thought they were enjoyable and everything. There are some characters that I definitely don't like, but I'm really curious to see what the next book will bring, because I really have no idea where it's gonna go next, basically.
The next book that both of us will read this month, actually, or want to read, is one that is exciting for us, and maybe not so much for you guys, because it is a book that is written by a friend of ours, and that is Red Dawn Rising
by Deborah Hellinga.
Yes, it came out this month actually, I think 2 weeks.
Technically the 31st of August.
I'm excited to see what it is about, really. I'm really happy because, you know, it's a friend of ours and like actually written a book, which gives me hope that I can one day do the same. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this is all about.
The next book that I want to read is Norse Mythology. That didn't go as smoothly as I hoped. Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, which, as far as I've heard, are the Norse myths rewritten in like kind of short stories with like relatable characters, kind of. I'm not sure if that's actually correct, but that's what I heard about it. And I really like Norse mythology, which is why I'm, again, like I say with every book, really curious and excited to see what this is about.
Yeah. This was everything that I wanted to read, apart from what you're going to challenge me. So you go ahead and finish your very overly ambitious pile.
Yeah. My last read kind of goes hand in hand with the books that I'm going to challenge you to read. Because the last book on my TBR is Age of Magic by Elise Kova and Lynn Larsch, which is the final book in the Wish Quartet. And as such, I'm challenging you to read, well, at least the second one and maybe even the third and the fourth one if you have time.
Ooh.
This is like, I'm challenging you to read the second one.
It's more like you're, you know, pushing me into it because you know that I read the first one and then stopped.
Do it.
Yeah, I will.
Do it.
Okay, so the book that I'm challenging you to read is one that I love very much and is very close to my heart, and that is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I don't know how many times I've said that on camera now, not necessarily in this video, but in general. It is basically about two women and they live in different time periods, and you skip from one time period to the other and see how the past like what happened in the past that transpired, whatever, that goes into the future. It's just amazing, and I love the characters. I loved the way it was written, but I also love that there's powerful ladies in this one. And
I'm really excited.
Now you read it.
I'm really excited to read this because I got an arc of this book. Shame on me, I didn't read it yet. But I got an arc in one of the Fairy Loot boxes, like October or November, I think. One of the two, don't remember which. And I remember being really excited about this, but I just never got around or never just actually read it. So I'm really excited to read this, and I hope I will love it as much as you did.
Oh, it's amazing. These were all the books that we planned to read, I think.
Yeah, it's quite a lot, but then again, we are extra.
And we always do this.
Yeah, it doesn't always go with like...
No.
It doesn't always go well, but we try.
We try.
In any case, thank you for watching this video.
You can comment down below and talk about any kind of book that you saw, or generally, what books are you reading?
And you can also like and subscribe, and you can hit the bell icon to receive post notifications every time we post.
Yep.
We will
see you guys the next time. We will see you guys the next time.
Yeah.
Bye!